Welcome back, Acolytes, to another devlog. Have you said your daily prayers to the great god Tabal? It's time once again to catch up on the development of Catechesis and the latest news surrounding our projects. We've got something very exciting to share with you regarding Yuppie Psycho, something you'll be able to try exclusively right after this video ends. So stick around until the end to find out more. Development. Over the past few weeks, we've conducted several secret playtesting sessions with a select group of players, many of them fellow developers working on games with similar vibes to Catechesis. These testers got early access to the game's first 3 dungeons, with the goal of fine-tuning the combat and balancing the various power-ups and progression systems tied to both Daniel and the game's weapons. These tests gave us a lot of useful information. Just from watching the gameplay recordings, we took over 12 pages of notes full of suggestions and improvement ideas, many of which we'll be implementing in the coming weeks. Overall, feedback has been very positive, especially regarding progression and combat. However, we've noticed that the initial difficulty curve is too high, and that's something we're actively working to improve. Even though we've invested a lot of time in it, it's important to remember this is our first time designing combat and progression mechanics. We want to offer a challenge for action lovers who dive headfirst into battle, while also rewarding cautious players who explore every corner with tools to make combat and advancement more manageable. If you've played our previous titles and your main draw was the narrative, and you're worried Catechesis combat might be a problem for you, don't worry anymore. Every player will find ways to tailor the experience to their playstyle, thanks to a robust progression system. On the production front, we've also been making solid progress. We're currently redesigning the user interface to make it more streamlined, informative, and user-friendly. In parallel, we're prototyping the game's final enemies. As we've mentioned in past devlogs, enemy variety is a core pillar of this project. While perfecting combat is a tough task for a small team, we're aiming to balance that challenge with a wide range of enemies, each with their own attack patterns. Our goal is to ensure players constantly encounter fresh surprises around every corner. With this new batch of foes, the full enemy roster will finally be complete. Mechanics. One of the key progression systems designed to help you on your journey is the skill tree. Each time Daniel defeats a demon, he absorbs its blood. This demon blood acts as currency, used to unlock skills and level up. This system is especially helpful for players struggling with a specific dungeon who want to retry it with some new advantages. Demon blood can only be used at the Hemophoretro or Arterias, Tabalist altars that serve as our version of souls-like bonfires. These are fast travel and checkpoint locations found throughout the dungeons, and also the places where players can spend demon blood to strengthen their abilities. And yes, just like you probably guessed, if Daniel is defeated before spending blood at an altar, the blood will be left behind at the spot where he died. The player must return to that location to reclaim it. If they fall again before retrieving it, it's lost forever. But blood isn't the only valuable resource. Occasionally, Daniel will also find demon hearts, which can be traded for powerful passive abilities. In hidden corners of the world, players can also discover demon bones and eyes. These items enhance both your faith, used as ammunition, and your health regeneration. Collecting them increases the number of Tabalist crosses you can carry to recharge your faith, and the number of grape clusters available to heal yourself during battle. Skill upgrades are handled at the Hemophoretro, with the help of a mysterious figure aiding Daniel, none other than the demon who has possessed our protagonist. Who is this entity, and what is their true purpose? Characters. As you may already know, Daniel is not only a good student, he also serves as an altar boy at a Tabbalist church. The congregation is a major part of the story. The church acts as your base of operations, where Daniel wakes up each day, and it also houses the secret altar that allows him to travel between dungeons. The man in charge of the church is none other than Daniel's grandfather, Don Ezekiel. But Ezekiel is far from your typical priest. He's a passionate soul with a love for life, a fondness for drink, little sense of shame, and a carefree, jovial attitude. He's well known for his flirtatious nature, often grumbling but always affectionate with his grandson, offering support and encouragement. Ezekiel falls ill early in the game for reasons that are unclear at first. Helping him recover becomes Daniel's main motivation for diving deeper into the demon world. But what made old Ezekiel adopt such a bohemian outlook on life? Is it all just a mask to hide painful memories? What is he protecting Daniel from? Among the congregation is a standout figure, Mrs. Cordelia, a devout regular at Ezekiel's services and a longtime family friend. She's reserved, prickly, and extremely blunt. She never holds back, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Her devotion seems to stem more from boredom than genuine spirituality. But her bond with Ezekiel and his family runs deep. The church itself is humble, hidden among the city's towering buildings, but ancient. It's been in Ezekiel and Daniel's family for generations, and it harbors more than a few secrets. Beneath its foundations lies a dark past that Daniel will soon be forced to confront. His peaceful life in the church is about to change when he faces enemies. One of the threats Daniel will face are the Cephalopos, an enemy design that dates all the way back to the original Catechesis prototype in 2013. They share visual DNA with Alien's facehuggers, Half-Life's head crabs, The Thing, and the brains from Fiend Without a Face. These spider-like creatures leap at Daniel, lashing out with their tongues in surprise attacks. They emerge from nests that spawn them gradually, so Daniel must destroy the nests first to avoid being overwhelmed. Then take out the remaining Cephalopos to stop the infestation. Another enemy we're introducing is the Zinople. Unlike the Cephalopos, this is a solitary demon that lurks in tight corridors and hidden rooms. When it spots Daniel, it immediately charges him at full speed, dealing heavy damage. Luckily, Zonopos aren't the brightest. If Daniel dodges in time, they'll crash into a wall and be left stunned for a few seconds. Perfect for a counterattack. For reasons unknown, they seem to love hanging out in bathrooms, so be extra cautious when entering one. Latest news. And finally, we've got some big news. We've just released an official mod support for Yuppie Psycho that allows players to create their own adventures. With this mod, you can design new floors, create original characters, modify existing ones, add your own dialogue, custom music, and much more. It's like having a Yuppie Psycho-flavored RPG maker. Redesign the game to your liking, create the sequel you've always dreamed of, or build an entirely new story from scratch. The mod support is currently in beta and available through our official Discord, where you'll find all the guides, tutorials, and support you need. You'll also be able to share your creations and try out what others in the community are building. We can't wait to see what you create. That's all for now. Thanks again for joining us on this journey. It's been a long road, but step by step, we're getting closer to the finish line, and we'll be sharing more with you soon. Keep an eye out for future updates on beta testing, demos, and other milestones. If you want to be the first to hear the news, make sure to follow us on social media. And remember, the God Tabal is always watching. If we don't do this for him, he might just destroy the earth. Amen Tabal.